Hello my gorgeous babes out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be playing with the new Smoky Nostalgia Collection. I picked up everything in the collection and I just want to do some swatches, create some looks, and let you know whether this is the good Kaleidos formula and just have some fun playing with makeup. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty and I like to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content. So if those are things that you like to watch, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Alright, hello my apple fritters. It is morning. I'm drinking my iced coffee. I'm waking up. And I am ready to crack into this collection. If you haven't heard of Kaleidos, they are a indie brand and they're such a cool, innovative, very futuristic brand. They come out with the coolest collections, coolest marketing, the best packaging, and they're based out of China, so their stuff does take a while to get to you, but it's definitely worth the wait for these products. So they came out with the Smoky Nostalgia Collection, and I just had to pick up all of it because that's just what I do. So in the Smoky Nostalgia Collection, they came out with 2 eyeshadow quads. This is the first time they've ever done quads. So the first one right here is called Black Jasmine. Look at this packaging. It's beautiful. It has a lace overlay, then a print underneath. It's a little padded and squishy. And then this is what it looks like inside. It's a very like cool tone gray smoky palette. It has a mirror. Now, none of the shade names are on any of the packaging. So in the little plastic insert, this one was called Radiate, Base. I think this one is called Diffuse and Accentuate. And I think both of the palettes were like set up with those names. So they made it very simple. Then the other one is called Cold Brew, which has the same kind of packaging. It just has a different print on the background. And then this is the shades in here. It's a very cool tone brown neutral palette with the 1 shimmer and 3 mattes. But both are really pretty, very neutral. This is the first time they've come out with a very neutral collection. So this is perfect for neutral lovers because most of the time their stuff is pretty colorful. Then they came out with 5 new blushes. These are called their mono blushes. These go for $18 each. I will probably not swatch each of them in this video. I will probably do a reel on Instagram swatching all of them like on my cheeks. But I'll probably use 2 of them in the looks that I do today, but I'll show you guys each one. So the only thing about these is they don't have the shade name like on the back or in the inner part, which is unfortunate. I wish they had the names, but this is called Joyride, which is described as like a warm toned beige. Then they have this one called Dream Walk, which this one is described as a lucid lilac pink. And then they have this one, which is called Sunburnt, and this one is described as a sun-kissed salmon shade. And then the last blush, which is the one I'm most excited about. This one is called Sanguine. I think that's how you say the shade name. But this is described as a pigmented dark blood red. So those are all the shades in the mono blushes. I feel like they picked very interesting shades and tones. You have some more brighter ones, some more cool tone ones, some more nude ones, and some more deeper ones. So I'm excited to try these out on my cheeks. Then they also came out with 4 new lip clays. So you can buy it in the set with the 10 packaging for $35, or you can buy these individually for $12 each. And here are the shades in here. They have the same kind of like packaging as the other ones, but it's just like more in this like cool tone purple color. I really love the packaging. I really love their lip clays. So they came out with the shade called Cold Smoke, which is like a taupey brown. Then they also came out with the shade called Cognac, which is described as like a warm tone like cocoa brown shade. They also came out with the shade called Skinship, which is a very like warm beige nude shade. And then the last one is called Smeared Rouge, which is described as like a blue-red that can be smeared out to a magenta shade. So it's kind of customizable. So that was all the shades in the Smoky Nostalgia Collection, which are all leaning pretty dark and smoky since this is a smoky collection. They do have that one nudie beige, but you can pick up these individually or you can pick up shades from their other other collection. They have a really good range of shades in the Cloud lip glaze, and I really like this formula. It's really light and moussey. I will also do lip swatches probably on my Instagram in that reel with the blushes so you can see. I just don't have time to do swatches on each one, like on my face. So that was everything in the Smoky Nostalgia collection. I'm gonna do 2 like quick looks. It's probably gonna be very simple, but I wanted to do them separately, see how they perform, and I'll use probably a blush in each look and a lip clay in each look. So you'll get to at least see 2 of them, like on my cheeks and my lips. So I think we should now get into the looks, and then we can wrap this video. For look number 1, it's probably gonna be so quick. I'm gonna use the brown one first. I'm gonna actually use the Kaleidos eye primer. I actually forgot I had this. It was like sitting in the back of my drawer. Hopefully it's still good. It's their tone activated primer. I don't know how I forgot about this, but it definitely reminded me to pull it out. I'm also gonna put on their Blue Agave lip mask because my lips are so dry. I don't want those lip clays to look that bad on my lips. So now I'm gonna go into this blush right here. This one is called, I think, Joyride. Is this one the nudie beigey one? I'm gonna see how that goes on the cheeks. I'm using the blush brush that they also included. This is the B1 brush, which I'm sure you can buy individually on their website. It's way more pigmented than I expected, and I really do think this could definitely be a bronzer on someone who's like more fair than I am. I think this looks really pretty. You just want something more nude on the cheeks. I'm gonna go over that with a highlighter since I didn't put any highlighter on. I'm using the Kaleidos Ray Rider highlighter. It's one of their more like neutral kind of highlighters. It's like a champagne. All right, time to get into the palette now. I'm gonna start off with Cold Brew, and I think I'm just gonna use all the shades. I'm thinking I'm gonna do maybe like a halo eye with this. Just keep it simple. I mean, there's not too much you can do with this palette. This will definitely be more of like an accent palette for me if I just need to add some cool tone neutrals to a look. But I'm just gonna fluff that through the crease as like the initial like transition shade. Now I'm gonna go into the next shade, which is this one, and just work that into the crease as well, and just kind of slowly, I guess, deepen up my crease. Now I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion. Just going to stamp that on. It's a nice like deep cool tone brown, and I'm going to stamp that on the outer part as well. All right, everything seems to be performing really well in terms of the mattes. I ran the same shadows on the lower lash line. So now we're going to go into the one shimmer that is in this palette. It's kind of puffed up a little bit, and it looks really sparkly. Looks like kind of like a different formula that I'm used to seeing, but whoa, look at how intense that is. I'm just gonna stamp it with my finger in the center. Ooh, that's really sparkly. Really, really sparkly. It's really pretty though. I am noticing just a little bit of like shimmer fallout, but you know, I didn't like wet my finger or anything, and I'm not really using a tacky base. So now I'm gonna take this pencil brush. I did wet it so I can try to avoid some of that fallout. And I'm gonna go into the shimmer shade, and I'm gonna also use that as an inner corner highlight. So I think that's pretty much it for this look. I mean, it's super simple. It's only 4 shades. I'm going to finish up the eye look really quickly off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll put one of the lippies on together. All right, I'm back, and this is all I did for the look. Very simple. I went in with the NYX Epic Liner, created a wing. I went in with the Rare Beauty mascara. I tight lined with the Nabla Cupid's Arrow number 4. And then I also went in with this Catrice pencil, which this is so old. I don't know if they sell this anymore, but this is their liquid metal gel eyeliner pencil in Hazel the Hoff. So now I'm gonna go into one of the lippies. I'm gonna use the shade Cold Smoke, which is like the taupey cool tone brown. Yes, we'll just keep it kind of like a monochromatic look here. And we'll put this on my moisturized lips. I love these kind of shades. I love browns and like brownie nudes. So here is the lippy. I love this color. I am a huge fan of brown lipsticks. I just like that 90s kind of look, I guess. I love all types of browns. Warm tone, cool tones, deeper, lighter ones. And I think this goes with the look really nicely, you know, with that whole like cool tone brown kind of look that we have. But that was everything for look number 1. Now let's get into the other palette. All right, time for the next look, and I'm gonna go in with this blush called Sanguine. I'm not totally sure if I'm saying any of that right, but I'm gonna go back into the blush brush. I just have to use this. I love ready blushes, so I'm just gonna work slowly because they say it's pigmented, and I'm one to always end up having clown cheeks because I just go overboard. So working lightly. So I think that looks really pretty on the cheeks, and it wasn't too extreme of a blush. Now I want to use the Kaleidos Star Surfer highlighter from their Space Age collection, and I'm going to use their highlighter brush. This one is like a pinky icy highlighter, so I'm going to use that. Oh, these are just so beautiful. Now time to get into the Black Jasmine palette, and I already know what I want to do with this, and hopefully I can accomplish it. So I think I'm going to start off with a really small brush. So I'm going to use their pencil brush. This is the S5 brush, and I'm just going to start right off with the black shade and just start off like along the lash line. Gonna use that to create a wing. And now I'm gonna take the black and I'm gonna use that through my arch as well and connect it to that wing on the outer corner. All right, I kind of made the line a little thick, but I'm gonna probably clean up in the center with concealer. But I'm gonna go in with the really light gray matte, and I'm gonna use that to diffuse the ends of that black shade, just to get everything soft. All right, so I was able to diffuse that edge, and I did lay concealer in the lid part just to like clean up the shape. And now I'm gonna go into the metallic in here with this little brush, the same one I used for the concealer. And I'm just gonna fill in all that space where I put concealer on the lid. So there's the eyes. I filled it all with that shimmer. Definitely has a lot of shimmer fallout from this shade as well, but I expected that, and I even wet my brush, so you're definitely gonna have shimmer fallout from these shimmers in these palettes. So now I want to go in with the darker gray shade on the lower lash line, just to have something down there. These shadows are super pigmented. Okay, so this is everything that I'm going to use on my lids for shadows. I did diffuse that gray down here with like the lighter gray matte, and I just love the very bold, dramatic look I was able to create. This is definitely like going out to a like evening event and stuff. I just love it. I love the shade. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish up the rest of the look. I'll come back and we'll do the lippy together, and then we can finally wrap up the video. All right, I'm back and the look is completed. I didn't do too much off camera. I just went in with these lashes from Ace Beauty, and I felt like this was like a good like shape because it flares out to the side with like the shape of the shadows on the lids. But I did go in with the Nabla Cupid's Arrow number 4 tight lined. I used that in the waterline. I just wanted to keep it black in the waterline. And I also used the Rare Beauty mascara, and that is all I did off camera. So I think we should now get into one of the lip clays. I think I'm gonna use Smeared Rouge, like the more red one. Hopefully that works well on the lips. I'm gonna line with the LA Girl lip liner in Relentless Red because I feel like I just need a more defined lip when you're going in with a red lippy. So I'm just gonna line it real quick. And now we're going in with the Smeared Rouge. Let's see how this goes, because usually the darker ones in the lip clay formula is like a lot more sheer. Like you have to do a lot more to build them up. So we'll see how this goes on. All right, so I filled out the lips and I'm not totally feeling this color because it can't get fully opaque and it can't get to just one solid color. You can see like some parts are darker, some parts are lighter, and it's almost like more like a blotted lip. I guess it's because it can be like smeared out to like a magenta color. I just don't like that when it comes to like a red. I want it to be fully opaque and just like one, you know, intense color, but this one is just not doing that for me. But that is everything for this look. I love the eyes and everything. So I'm gonna zoom you guys out and give you guys like my final thoughts and first impressions on everything, and I can wrap up this video. All right, we finally made it to this point, and I definitely have some thoughts on this collection after using some of the products. Of course, I'll have to use more of them and try them in different ways to get my final thoughts. But on like initial impression, I think everything was really nice in this collection. If you are a cool tone lover, and these are like the kind of shades you would use, I think these palettes have great quality in them. The mattes are very pigmented in both. They're also quite blendable. Now, I did experience fallout from these shades, so you have to be careful. You can get some staining, especially with this matte black. I had to go in with like powder to try to remove some of that. So you either want to do your face makeup first or like lay like a layer of powder underneath so you can dust that away. I had that issue with the like deeper mattes. As for the metallic in both of the palettes, I feel like this formula is different from the other metallic formulas that I've tried in their other palettes. They're a little bit more chunky, a little bit more flaky, and they definitely have a lot of like shimmer fallout on the cheeks and everything. So it just seems like a new formula from Kaleidos, but the mattes seem pretty consistent to their usual matte formula. But I thought they both performed well. These will definitely be accent palettes for me, not standalones. But I mean, this is great if you're someone who wears these kind of shadows often, or you're just needing to add some of these shadows, because I think they're like really good for like being travel friendly and nice and compact. So I like that they did these as quads. In terms of the blushes, I think they were beautiful. They're not so pigmented where you have like clown cheeks on the instant. You can diffuse them, you can build them up, you can sheer them out. So I think this would work on a wide range of skin tones. And I think the shades that they put in here are very unique. They're very different. They're not like the standard blush colors that you always see, you know, brands come out with. And so far the formula is really nice in these. I do hope that they come out with more in this range and maybe do sheeny blushes. I would love that so much. In terms of the lip glaze, I really did like the Cold Smoke one. The cool tone brown was beautiful. It was opaque. You only had to go in once to fully cover the lips, and I loved how it looked. In terms of the smeared rouge one, I don't like how it's sitting on my lips. I don't like that I can't get it fully opaque and fully even. It looks very splotchy and like a blotted lip, and that's not what I want for a like deep red shade like this. Maybe you like something blotted like this, and maybe it looks better if you completely shear it out to a magenta, but I was not a fan of this one. But that was my thoughts on everything, guys. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Did you try this collection? Did you pick up anything? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video and you like a lot of fun and colorful makeup content, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the entire collection linked where you can find them. I'll have my other makeup that I'm wearing linked. I will also put other Kaleidos reviews I've done and other videos that you might be interested in watching. I will also have my contact in social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. And like I said, I do plan to do blush swatches and lip swatches on my Breezy_Beauty page. So definitely follow me there if you want to check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, for taking the time to hang out with me and support my channel. I really appreciate all of y'all so much. And I just hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful day and staying safe. And I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.